For one of my final NBA 2K23 challenges, we're going to be doing a Legends Fantasy Draft rebuild, which I definitely haven't done in a minute. And to pick our team, I'm just going to randomize it. We're going to stop it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we get the New Orleans Pelicans. Not a lot of history them when it comes to NBA Legends. So the number 1 overall pick is LeBron James. He goes before Michael Jordan. Kareem goes number 2. Jordan at 3. So his best player with the all-time teams, classic teams, is a 99 overall at the age of 32, so that's probably why he ended up going that late at number 3. Ooh, we are picking really late with the Pelicans. Oh boy, we are picking 30th. It could be the last pick. I never get a high pick in these. Damn, Giannis went pretty low. I assume all the 99s are off the board, or at least if there's any 99 left, they're very old. So, like, Embiid and Jokic at the top of the board here. I would like to get them, but, like, should I get one of them? Or, like, what's the point of doing a Legends Fantasy Draft if I'm not going to take a Legend? So, I may take Clyde Drexler with my next pick and pair him up, like, with somebody like either Jokic. We could go David Robinson. Kawhi Leonard is only 27 years old at a 97 overall. So, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll take Kawhi and David Robinson here with my back-to-back picks, which is nice to have. Now, when we pick again, though, the talent pool is going to be pretty weak. But, yeah, David Robinson and Kawhi Leonard, too. I guess technically Spurs legends. Kawhi won a finals MVP there. He's definitely a legend in San Antonio. Yeah, so we are on the board once again. Mark Price just went. He would have been a nice point guard for us, which is something we're looking to find. Billy Cunningham is the best legend available. You got Dennis Rodman, Artis Gilmore, Robert Parrish, Alex English. But I think for this pick, it's going to be easy. I'm going to take Gilbert Arenas, Agent Zero here. So now we have Gilbert Arenas, Kawhi Leonard, and David Robinson. Just because he's an absolute cheat code in 2K, I'm going to take Zion Williamson. I'm going to take a current Pelican. We're going to have Zion and David Robinson in our front court together, and Zion's only 22 years old. And we can see how high he can develop in 2K. So we're looking for just another wing to wrap out the starting 5. Allen Houston, former Knicks, Sam Jones, Michael Redd. Oh, loved watching Michael Redd grow up in Milwaukee. Bobby Jones is here. So, like, we could move him to the shooting guard or if we wanted to move Kawhi Leonard there. But I kind of want Michael Redd. So, I'm going to take Michael Redd with this pick. And then I guess for my 6th man, I am going to go Bernard King to be the 6th man for us off the bench. So, we basically have our starting 5 with Gilbert Arenas, Michael Redd, Kawhi Leonard, Zion Williamson, and David Robinson. And then we have Bernard King off the bench as the 6th man. All right, so a lot of good point guards on the board here, as you can see. So, I'm going to go Mohamed Abdul-Rauf just because he is 24 years old compared to the rest of these guys. And then with the next pick, I'm going to get my backup power forward team right there. Carlos Boozer, let's go. So I really like this bench of King, Boozer, and Abdul-Rauf. Oh, Anthony Edwards just went. I was going to try to target him with my next pick. I'm going to take Roy Hibbert with my next selection here to be the backup center shot blocker for us. And then I'm going to go Mikal Bridges just to get kind of a young two-way guy that's pretty elite on both ends there just to come off the bench. He might be in the rotation. He might not. But yeah, as a Knicks fan, taking Roy Hibbert does hurt. All right, I'm going to take some wings with my next pick. We're going to take Larry Markkinen, and we're going to go Hito Turkoglu. It's kind of nice to be taking a legend and then a current day player. Udonis Haslem, 85 overall, 26 years old. Madden, you should take notes. This is how fast the fantasy draft should go. But then again, like, Madden allows you to simulate to your next user pick. We could go Franz Wagner here, which I do like the idea of getting a 21-year-old who could develop off the bench and have good trade value. So let's take Franz Wagner with this selection. And then let's take the 2K GOAT, Jalen Duren, to be my 3rd center behind David Robinson and Roy Hibbert. And that was my last pick, actually. So we are done with the draft. So the starting 5 looks pretty good. Gilbert Arenas, Michael Redd, Kawhi Leonard, Zion Williamson, and David Robinson. Off the bench, we'll have Bernard King, Mohamed Abdul-Rauf, Carlos Boozer, and Mikal Bridges, as well as Roy Hibbert. So a 10-man bench, or excuse me, 10-man rotation. That's good with me. And then potential trade assets being Turkoglu, Markkinen, Wagner, and Duren is pretty good. We're 4.5-star balanced under Willie Green. I mean, we're also 4.5-star perimeter centric as well. The salary cap is off because you're not going to be able to afford your team at all. I'm not going to be doing this trade. Wayne, is that Wayne Embry? Yeah, and Doc Rivers for David Robinson. We're going to decline that. First game of the season against the Nets. Oh, baby. We end up blowing them out by, what is that, 38 points? Okay, that is an absolute blowout. 3 guys scored 20 plus. 6 guys scored 18 plus. I feel like this is going to be a good team. Maybe having the last pick in the draft is going to be useful. But Bill Walton just owned us. All right, David Robinson, you're supposed to kind of hold your own against them. Home game against Utah. I mean, if we lose this, then okay. I don't know. We end up winning by 10. David Robinson with 23 points. Michael Redd with 20. Zion with 20. All right, almost everybody got in double figures. Ooh, just got offered Kyrie Irving and what is that? Xavier McDaniel for Turkoglu and Gilbert Arenas. That is a juicy offer because Kyrie is 24 years old, but I kind of want to see what Agent Zero can do for us, so we can always go back to that at a chance. All right, so through our first 24-ish games, we are 17-9 at the moment, so I will take that. I feel like a lot of these teams' records are going to be pretty competitive with each other. There's not going to be a team that stands out completely just because we all had an equal chance at building a really good team. But we are on a 5-game losing streak since I hopped in. So yeah, we're 19-17. All right, so yeah, basically since I started talking to you guys, we have just been abysmal as a squad. Kawhi Leonard's been our leading scorer, Bernard King number 2. Robinson's averaging 8.2 rebounds a night. Was hoping he would average a little bit more. Can we end the losing streak? Nope, we are 19-18. We lost by 1 to Philly, but then we end up beating Houston by 10. Gilbert Arenas had 30-13. Probably reshuffle the starting 5 a little bit, or just at least the minute allocation. Let's see how we do against the Nets, Mavericks, Wizards, Celtics, and Pistons in this 5-game stretch. All right, we're currently 2-2 in those 5 games. We go 3-2, so we start off on a 2-game losing streak, and then we go on a 3-game winning streak. I feel like this team has been very inconsistent. We lost 156 to 154 in overtime. Wow, Michael Redd, 5 for 10 from downtown. Kind of incredible stuff, but an L is an L. All right, so let's see what the All-Star draft looks like. Bob Cousy is an All-Star captain this year. I won't let me see his stat line just yet, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as well. So Cousy is averaging 20-14. I mean, he's having an incredible year. Kareem, who's the 2nd overall pick. I do hope that 2K in 2K24, I don't think they're going to add it, but if you do a fantasy draft, you could see where they were selected in the fantasy draft, and at least their player profile or something. Like, that would be cool. But he drafted Dirk, CP3, Dwayne Wade, and Tim Duncan. Cousy drafted LeBron, Wilt, Steph, and Elgin Baylor. Did we get any All-Stars? I don't see Kyrie Irving, Kawhi Leonard. I don't see David Robinson. I don't see Gilbert Arenas, so we did not have any All-Stars. Clyde Drexler's there, who I definitely passed up on. I think Bill Walton was gone by the time I selected, or I definitely went David Robinson over him. So yeah, that is pretty frustrating. No All-Stars. We're 29-25. Now, contracts are always weird in these fantasy draft rebuilds, especially with the legendary fantasy draft. So do we have any free agents at the end of the year? We do not. Everybody's under contract through the offseason, which is nice. So I kind of like the team that we have right now, and if I want to make some moves in the offseason, I will. So I don't think I'm going to be making any trades at this year's deadline. No trades were made anyway throughout the league. Okay, so yeah, let's go here into the offseason, and there's no play-in tournament. So let's hope that we can make the playoffs as at least the top 8 seed in the East, or excuse me, the Western Conference. And Bob Cousy, of all players, ends up MVP this season. Ja Morant is 6th man of the year for Portland. Bill Russell, Depoy, Halliburton gets most improved, Doc Rivers coach of the year. So let's see, do any Pelicans make the All-NBA teams? And none made the All-Star game, so I really doubt it. Luke is making it on the Pacers. Yeah, I wonder where he was selected. He was probably in the first round, like if Giannis was as well. So no Pelicans really in sight. But we did make the playoffs as the 4 seed in the Western Conference. Let's go. We had a plethora of double-digit scores. We had 6-7 double-digit scores. David Robinson led the team in rebounds at just 8. I thought he would maybe average double digits. Gilbert Arenas, 9.9 assists. Mohamed Abdul-Rauf had 8.2 for us. Let's go. 17 assists between these guys, actually over 18. So we're taking on the Golden State Warriors in round 1. This team is Allen Iverson, Bill Sharman, Scottie Pippen, Tom Chambers, Willis Reed, with Dave Bing, Michael Finley, Sidney Wicks, and Jalen Brunson off the bench. We're probably going to stick with our 10-man rotation for now. Roy Hibbert's going to get 10 minutes. Like Michael Redd, I would prefer to start over Mikal Bridges. I know maybe there's a defensive aspect to these things, but Bridges is going to get, I think, like 15 minutes tonight. Carlos Boozer is going to get about 17. We'll probably do 23 to Rauf and Bernard King, because I want to go 35 to David Robinson. I would like to go 35 to Kawhi Leonard. And this is just going to leave 24 minutes for Michael Redd. So let's see. Game 1 against the Warriors, we end up winning by 24 points. Gilbert Arenas, Agent Zero. That's why I didn't trade him for Kyrie. I mean, one game shouldn't be the reason. But yeah, 35, 4, and 11, and 3 steals as well. Maybe I should start him. Michael Redd, or excuse me, playing more minutes because he's only playing like 31. Michael Redd had 26 points in 26 minutes. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's see if we can take home game 2, in which we do so. Just that we win by 14 points. Kawhi Leonard, who I feel like is just going to be that dude for us in the playoffs because he is an elite 2-way player in his prime. We do lose game 3 though by 3 points. Willis Reed, 31 against us. Gilbert Arenas was flirting with a triple-double. Game number 4, we take a 3-1 lead. We beat him by 4 on the road. Zion Williamson with 32 and 7. 13 assists for Agent Zero. And can we advance to round 2? Yes, we can. We don't blow a 3-1 lead. We actually won in 5. So we beat them by 15 points. Zion had 26, Arenas 22 and 13, Bernard King had 22 points. And we're taking on the Memphis Grizzlies in the second round, and they have Charlie Scott, Walter Davis, Paul Pierce, Elvin Hayes, and Kareem. I mean, that's a nasty 3-4-5. They got Baron Davis off the bench, Rudy Tomjanovich, Jim Jackson, Drew Holiday. So, like, Charlie Scott, he's a good player, and so is Walter Davis. But, like, yeah, Paul Pierce, Elvin Hayes, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is a nasty trio, and Kareem's only 25. All right, so here we go. All right, game 1 against the Grizzlies, we did pick up a 5-point victory. David Robinson had 29 and 9. Is he going to dominate Kareem? That would be pretty sick. 23, 11, and 5 for Gilbert Arenas. 22 and 8 for Muhammad Abdul-Rauf. Game number 2, we take a 2-0 lead. We beat him 157-140 in regulation. That is absurd. Robinson with 28 and 10. Zion with 25 and 8. 24 and 10 for Agent Zero. Kawhi had 16, 9, and 7. Game 3 goes to the Pelicans. We win 119-110. That's what I'm talking about. And we saw Muhammad Abdul-Rauf get 19. Mikal Bridges, 16 points in 16 minutes. Let's go. So let's not blow a 3-0 lead. No, I didn't want to simulate the playoffs. I just want to simulate the round. And we end up blowing a 3-1 lead. Are you kidding me? A 3-0 lead. Oh my god. Why? Well, should I have simulated individual game by game because that was going to happen? That is just brutal, man. That is just brutal. We lost game 7 by 14. You're really going to make me blow a 3-0 lead like that when I have legends on my team. It's not like anybody got hurt. Tim Duncan, Western Conference Finals MVP on the Kings. Elgin Baylor on the Knicks. And then the Kings beat the Knicks. Tim Duncan's your Finals MVP. All right, so no notable retirements. I mean, like, some good players, but no, like, legends at the moment. Draft lottery, this will be the Wemby draft class just because they aren't inserted into 2K yet. I probably should have had it where teams get to keep their draft picks, so that would have been crazy if we had something as the Pelicans. But we have our first round pick should be in the mid-20s, or do we owe it to a different team? No, we should be able to keep it. Oh, the Lakers have it at 25. Oh, man, so we do benefited me doing that because we have the 6th overall pick. I completely missed that. From the Lakers. All right, so we have the 6th overall pick in the draft. Could I get Will Hardy to be my shot doctor? That would be a sick pickup. I definitely don't plan on keeping this player just because these rosters are way too good. Unless, like, Wemby develops that quickly, which he does, is it worth playing them? So, yeah, Kawhi Leonard is some reason upset. Kawhi, what are we upset about? Why are we down in overall with the morale? All right, I'm going to be making this trade for 2 current day players, Carlos Boozer, Hito Turkoglu, and the 6th overall pick for Jaren Jackson Jr., who is a better defender than Boozer, and that's what I wanted as my backup power forward behind Zion. And we're getting Trae Young. Now, we don't really need Trae Young because we have Gilbert Arenas and Muhammad Abdul-Rauf, so we may still trade Trae Young, but we'll see. So the Miami Heat ended up with Victor Wembanyama. You got Spurs getting Scoot Henderson and Brandon Miller going to the Pacers. Franz Wagner, we're going to pick up his team option, of course. No rookie signings, or excuse me, qualifying offers to deal with. So free agency, the cap space is off, so I'm not going to go anything crazy. We had Billy Hernangomez, okay. Like, I'm not going to go out and sign Kareem, Shaq, and MJ. I'm going to offer a deal to Klay Thompson. I would really like to get Klay, but I'm going to just say I can only offer 3 deals. So if Klay, like, declines it, I only have 2 deals left, and he does have another offer, but we should be able to beat out the Timberwolves because I gave him a 4-year deal. I want to see if I can also sign Ron Artest as well. I think those would be 2 fun signings. And boom, there we go. Do I let Bernard King walk? We may let Bernard King walk. I do have one more contract to give out. So let's offer him a deal, and boom. So we add in Klay Thompson and Ron Artest to this team. All right, and I'm going to make this trade. I'm trading Trae Young and Bernard King, who we just brought back, just because I brought in Ron Artest. And we're going to be picking up Brian Winters, who's just an expiring guy, won't play. But DeMarcus Cousins, who in my opinion will be a nice upgrade over Roy Hibbert as the backup center spot. So boom, there we go. That's probably going to be my final move of the offseason. All right, so player progression, Kawhi Leonard is a 98. David Robinson does regress, even though he's only 27 years old. We do have a ton of 90s on this team. So yeah, Abdul-Rauf regresses, though, after I traded away Trae Young. What's up with that? All right, I do think I have to cut somebody, which is kind of unfortunate. So that player is going to, I guess, you know what? It's going to be Brian Winters. I'd rather just keep Jalen Duren under contract, and Winters is a free agent and isn't going to play for us. So, yeah, maybe I could have gotten something for him, but not the end of the world. So, getting Klay Thompson, though, one of the greatest shooters of all time there as our starting shooting guard. We'll have Agent Zero, him, Kawhi Leonard, Zion, and David Robinson. We have DeMarcus Cousins, Ron Artest, Triple J, Michael Redd, Mohamed Abdul-Rauf off the bench. So that means Mikal Bridges might not be in the rotation this year. We are 4.5-star perimeter centric. So let's see how good this team can do. Hopefully we're better than a 4 seed. I mean, we did well in the start of the playoffs. We won 7 out of our first 8 games, but then we ended up blowing a 3-0 lead. All right, I also don't know what's going on with this team right now. We are currently 11-21. I mean, David Robinson's only averaging 6.5 rebounds. Maybe I'm playing DeMarcus Cousins too much. So let's kind of reshuffle this rotation. I'm going to go about 17 minutes to Mohamed Abdul-Rauf. We're going to go 15 to Redd and DeMarcus Cousins. Ron Artest is going to get 18 minutes a night. I want Zion starting. Triple J could get about 23. Now let's go 30 minutes to David Robinson. I would like to go 30 to Zion as well. And then we can get 30 to Clay and then 1 more to Kawhi Leonard. So let's hope that this can maybe turn it around. Maybe I wasn't playing the starters enough. All right, so the All-Star draft just finished up. Looking over it, it looks like we didn't get any All-Stars once again. There's Kobe making it. He's on the Detroit Pistons. So we are 23-29. We've been a little bit better since I last saw you guys, but we're still 6 games under 500. Not really sure why. Klay Thompson's shooting 43% from 3. So I don't know. Maybe we'll make a trade or something at the deadline. So yeah, 24-30. Nobody really wants to re-sign. I mean, I lied there. We can get Michael Redd back on a 2-year extension. And then same with Mohamed Abdul-Rauf on a 2-year extension. Marketing doesn't want to re-sign with us, so we may just trade him. Well, he does have a team option at the end of the year, so he doesn't have to go anywhere. But, we could be nice to him and try to trade him. But I don't think I'm going to make any trades. Our 2 top guys, David Robinson and Kawhi Leonard, are the only players that are going to be unrestricted free agents. And I do want to bring both of them back, unless I think I should move David Robinson. I mean, I could get Hakeem for him and Ron Artest, and I'd get Glenn Rice, but Hakeem's 5 years older. I could get Joel Embiid, but I could have drafted Embiid originally. We could also get Bill Walton as well. Patrick Ewing, that'd be a nice offer. I don't know, though. I think I'm going to keep the team how it is. I think we just got to get into the playoffs, and we could beat any team in the league. So Elgin Baylor wins MVP. Would you look at that? Oscar Robinson is your 6th man of the year. Scottie Pippen gets DPOY. Garland most improved. Tibbs Coach of the Year. Luka Doncic on All-NBA first team with Magic Johnson, Elgin Baylor, Julius Erving, and Bill Walton. There's Harden, Morant, Rick Barry, Tatum, and Jokic on second team. Third team, you got Kobe, Chris Paul, LeBron, Larry Bird, and Patrick Ewing. Michael Ray Richardson making All-Defensive first team, averaging 5.2 a night. Not like that matters, though. Kawhi Leonard also on All-Defensive first team. Let's go. All right, so we're taking on the Golden State Warriors in round 1 of the playoffs. They have Allen Iverson, Jason Richardson, Scottie Pippen, Karl Malone, Willis Reed, Dave Bing, Charlie Scott, Sidney Wicks. It's a good team. Here are the end of the season stats. Let's just hope Klay Thompson can just be an elite shooter for us in the playoffs, and that's why I picked him up. So let's come up with this playoff rotation. I don't know. I kind of like Michael Redd. Ron Artest isn't much of an offensive threat, so he may just get 10 minutes a night just to be that defensive guy for us. So I'm going to give Gilbert Arenas, Klay Thompson a couple more minutes, David Robinson about 34, and then let's do 37 to Kawhi Leonard. So, can we please beat the Warriors in round 1? This would technically be an upset, but we just got blown out by 25 points in game 1. Game 2 is going to go to the Warriors. So, wait, we ended up as the 5 seed, which I also should have talked more about. Last time I saw you guys, we weren't good. We finished 43-39, but that's the thing. If you just finish above 500, you're going to have a good playoff spot just because of how competitive these teams are, at least in the Western Conference. The East is a little bit of a different story. Game number 3, though, we stay alive. We end up beating them by 42 points. Game 4 goes to the Golden State Warriors. They end up beating us by 7. And are they going to beat us in 5? All right, well, this season definitely more disappointing than last year, and I feel like I've added a ton of talent as well. I don't think me trading away Carlos Boozer was the end-all, be-all. But yeah, I mean, I think we're going to have to make some moves in the offseason, and the guys that I feel some attachment to since I drafted them, I'm going to have to ship off. So Luka and the Pacers, Pippen and the Warriors are in the NBA Finals, and the Pacers sweep them with Luka Doncic just being the best player of all time, winning Finals MVP. So who's going to the Hall of Fame? It's Paul Arison, I don't even know. He played in the 60s for Golden State in the 50s. Wow. So draft lottery time. Do we have any random picks? That would be funny. Yeah, we have the Lakers pick again there at 11. We also have our pick at 19. I may fire Willie Green as my head coach, to be honest with you. And I'm probably going to promote Will Hardy if I can't get Eric Spoelstra. So yeah, Will Hardy's going to be our new head coach. All right, so I'm going to be trading Ron Artest and 3 first-round picks. I also have the Bucks first-round pick. I assume that is from the Drew Holiday trade. But Bilal Koulibaly's coming over, the main piece, the 19-year-old. No, I'm just kidding. We're getting Blake Griffin in this deal. I never really liked Ron Artest here. And maybe I could have made him a better scorer, but I don't think his defense really warranted him getting paid all that money, him playing all those minutes to score like 5 points a night on pretty bad efficiency. So the draft did have auto-generated guys, so Leslie Armstrong, Mauricio Sanchez, and Lester Lawrence were the first 3 picks. Karen Shepard, 31st pick. We'll sign him. Sure, why not? Let's pick up the team option on marketing. I think I'm about to make a lot of trades. We can actually make David Robinson a restricted free agent, sure. So we'll match any deal he gets, and then let's make sure we bring back Kawhi Leonard. And if he doesn't sign with us, I'll be pissed. Oh my God, really? He goes to Boston? All right, well, I'm going to go out and try to sign Kevin Durant then. Screw you, Kawhi. We get KD. Tried getting Larry Bird. He ends up going to Washington. Damn, I really wanted Kawhi just because of his defensive presence. David Robinson. The Celtics are trying to steal him from me. What? You take me over the hard cap? Are you serious? So I'm not going to be able to match that? The hell's the hard cap? We don't even have cap space on. All right, I'm going to be doing this trade. Triple J, Roy Hibbert, and Mikal Bridges for Rajon Rondo and Terry Cummings. I don't know if that changes anything with the hard cap. All right, so I'm not even going to be able to keep David Robinson. Are you serious? Damn, so the Celtics really just stole Kawhi Leonard and David Robinson from me. I don't really get that because I just was able to offer Dwight Howard all that money, and he accepts another offer. All right, so DeMarcus Cousins may be our starting center next year. We're going to trade Valerie Markin and Jalen Duren and Franz Wagner to welcome back Bernard King, and we're going to bring in Joakim Noah. All right, and this may be our final trade. This is an insane one. I'm trading Rajon Rondo, Michael Redd, and Bilal Coulibaly, as well as my first-round pick next year for Sean Marion, who's definitely like a Ron Artest upgrade, and Bill Walton. So we don't need David Robinson or Dwight Howard because we just picked up Bill Walton. So now the starting 5 is going to be Gilbert Arenas, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, Zion Williamson, and Bill Walton. I feel like this team can win a championship next year. So Kevin Durant regresses. That's fine. He's going to be the guy for us. He's coming over from LA. All right, so we'll have Gilbert Arenas, Klay Thompson, KD, Zion Williamson, Bill Walton. Wait, Yao Ming accepted my deal? I didn't even realize that I offered Yao Ming a deal when I offered Dwight Howard a deal. Okay, so we get, I don't even know if I needed Yao Ming. All right, so we have Yao Ming, DeMarcus Cousins. We have Terry Cummings as well, and Bernard King and Mohamed Abdul-Rauf are not even playing. This team is insanely deep. If injuries were on, we'd be able to like withstand the whole starting 5 getting hurt and still could win a championship possibly. So let's just hope this team is better than last year's, but we lost by 1 on opening night because of course we did. All right, so this team has just been killing it regardless. We are 30-8 at the moment. Gilbert Arenas is actually our leading scorer. Kevin Durant is only averaging 16 points a night, but I don't care. We're 30-8, so this team is obviously doing something right. Oh, well, that's why Kevin Durant's shot tendency was at an 83. I want it at 100. I want him to be the top guy. What is up with that? But we are 31-9. Hopefully, we're going to be on our way to being the 1 seed in the Western Conference. Maybe this year we'll get our first All-Star as well. So maybe Kawhi and David Robinson were holding us back. We just need to bring in KD and Bill Walton. So, wait. That was Joyce Irving. That was an all-star captain. Oh my God. I was like, wait, Joyce Randall was an all-star captain? So did we finally get an all-star? Yes, we did. It's Gilbert Arenas of all people, who's averaging 18 points, 5 rebounds, 10.5 assists a night, 63% true shooting percentage. That is what I am talking about. This dude is an absolute stud. 95 overall at the age of 28. We literally have him in his prime. Okay, come on. Kevin Durant is now scoring more. Let's go. This is a sick trio. I think that this team can win a championship. I'm probably not going to make any trades at the deadline. Let's just hope that we don't collapse because we're definitely the 1 seed in the Western Conference. Yeah, by 10.5 games over the Lakers, who also have a really sick team. Good Lord, that team is nasty. And Luka Doncic has just won everything in this video. He's been an all-star captain, now an MVP. He's won finals MVP. Well, good to know. If I ever do a Legends fantasy draft anytime soon, again, I am going to be drafting him if he's on the board. No matter if Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kareem are on the board, I'm taking him. LaMelo Ball wins most improved in Chicago. Dude averaged 23 a night. I don't know. Does Gilbert Arenas maybe get an all-NBA team? Yes, he does. All-NBA second team. Finished the season averaging a double-double and shot 40% from 3. Hell yeah. We don't get anybody in the all-defensive teams. One thing I did want to check out as we are the 1 seed was who scored the most in the NBA. So it was Luka Doncic, like 3.2 points over number 2. That's kind of crazy. The leading rebounders were Wayne Embry, who I could have traded for, but I turned that down. Why is Wayne Embry just that good? I know he was like a solid player throughout his career, but like, yeah, these are the numbers he put up. Nothing absurd by any means. He has a good book, too. I would definitely read it because he ended up becoming something in the front office as well. Bunch of guys averaging north of 10 assists a night. Eddie Jones, maybe the best defender in the league on the perimeter. So we're taking on the Golden State Warriors. Yes, I wanted to face them because I want to get revenge for them beating us last year. Game 1 is going to be an L. Oh my god, if they beat me as an 8 seed, I will lose my mind. Don't do this to me, 2K. You've already made me blow a 3-0 lead in this video. Do not make me lose to an 8 seed. Why, man? Why is Blake Griffin our leading scorer? Game number 3, we finally win a playoff game. Damn, we win by 24 points. But, like, why are we down 2-1 to an 8 seed? Don't go down 3-1. Come on. I hate this game so much. 3-2. Oh my god, and we beat them by 51 points. So we could beat them by 51, but we got to go down 3-1. I mean, like, all right, an 8 seed, I shouldn't be too upset about because these 8 seeds have some of the best players of all time. But come on. Like, come on. All right, it looks like we are going to be forcing a game 7, though, which might have always been the thing that was going to happen. We were going to end up winning and then blowing a 3-1 lead. Maybe this is them giving me some good karma after letting the Grizzlies come back 3-0 on me a couple years ago. But we're up by 12 going into the fourth quarter. Just don't collapse, and the Pelicans do end up coming back down 3-1. Well, now I would be pissed if I were the Warriors. Bill Walton almost had a 30-point triple-double. Now we can look to get revenge on the Grizzlies, who beat us and came back down 3-0 against us last year, or 2 years ago, excuse me. They have a good team, but I honestly think that Warriors team might be better. They beat me in game 1. In overtime by 9 points. All right, game 2, we do tie it up, though, so thank God we don't go down 2-0. Game 3 goes to the Pelicans. That's what I'm talking about. We end up winning by 12. KD with 36 points. Let's go up 3-1. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We end up dropping 157. Kevin Durant with 38 points. He's been going off in this series. Gilbert Arenas has arguably been our best player. I did not expect that when I drafted him in like the 3rd round. And boom, we don't blow a 3-1 lead. We gentlemen sweep them. We just dropped 150 again. Gilbert Arenas had 17 assists in that game too. Kevin Durant averaged 26.5 points. And now we're taking on the Lakers, who I showed you guys their team before. It is filthy. Filthy. Steve Nash is coming off the bench. All right, so game 1 against the Lakers, we do pick up the victory by 35 points. Oh, yeah. Game number 2, let's go. We go up 2-0. That is so huge. I did not want to go down 3-0. Game number 3, let's go. Or she's... I don't know what I was saying. Go down 3-0. I didn't want it to be or like 1-1 or 2-1 just because, yeah, this looks so much better. We're up 3-0. Do not blow a 3-0 lead. Last time I pressed simulate round, we ended up blowing a 3-0 lead. Game 4, we lose by 13. Game 5 by 3. Don't do this to me, 2K. Don't have me think I'm going to the NBA Finals and I'm dominating the Western side after round 1 just to blow now a fourth quarter lead and blow a 3-0 lead. Okay, thank God. So Gilbert Arenas, Western Conference Finals MVP. The Knicks are back in the finals. They got Chris Paul, Tracy McGrady, Elgin Baylor, Maurice Lucas, Lonzo Mourning, Oscar Robertson, Ray Allen, Bob Lehner. Oh my goodness. This team probably will beat us. They beat us by 7 in overtime. I mean, like, it's like we're a good team, but that team is also absurd. Wow. We were just 2 points away from being down 2-0. Game number 3 goes to the Pelicans. Let's go. We end up winning by 18. KD with 26, Zion with 26, Gilbert Arenas with 18 and 11. We're up 2-1. Can we go up 3-1? No, we end up losing by 26. Man, if we went up 3-1, that would have been absurd. Come on, this is so big. I don't want to go down 3-2, but we get off to an insane start there in the first quarter. We just suck ass in the second quarter. Third quarter, we stink, but fourth quarter, we come back. Come on, don't blow this. Let's go. We win 21-16. Zion with 30 points, and here we are, 1 game away from winning the NBA Finals after losing my 2 best players in free agency to the Celtics. But don't get cocky. But I can get cocky, I think, in a second, because we are up by a decent amount. We don't choke the fourth quarter, and the Pelicans win it all. Our Finals MVP is going to be Bill Walton, who I got in a trade. Not even like I signed Bill Walton. Man, I'm happy with that. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Drop a thumbs up if you did, and if you enjoyed this Legends Fantasy Draft. I don't know how often these will come out in 2K24, because I will be doing a franchise series as well. You guys can let me know in the comments which team you want to see, or let me know on Twitter. I'm between a bunch right now, I'll tell you guys. Like, I kind of want to do the Spurs just to have Wemby. Kind of want to do the Blazers too, post Damian Lillard. I think that the Pistons, the Rockets would be cool. I think the Wizards, kind of in no man's land, they would be cool, or like a team that's even more in no man's land, like the Chicago Bulls. So yeah, I want to do like 8 teams, so it's gonna be tough to narrow it down. Hope you guys did enjoy this video though. Love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.